So, you want to be the next big voice actor. Your great aunt Gretchen once said, "You have such a beautiful voice. You should be on the picture tube." Why your great aunt talks like she lived through World War I, even though she was probably born in the 60s? I don't know. But if you found this video, you're probably curious about voice acting as a career, but you just don't know where to start. So, here's a list I created to help guide you as you embark on your journey. Before that, though, I want to express to you, no one can give you all the answers. No matter what I tell you here, you'll still have to put in the work, get the experience, and go through the fire. Nothing worth doing is easy, but if you can remember that, then you can have success as a voice actor. So with that, let's talk about the first thing that you have to become a professional voice actor is the ability to research and learn. Ha! I'll bet you thought I was going to say microphone. Well, the truth is a lot more boring than that. Look, I know microphones are glamorous, and you want to jump right in and be the next Mark Hamill or Tara Strong or Phil Lamar, but you need to slow down. Patience is the name of the game here. The first thing you gotta do is start researching. You found this video, so that's a great start. But don't let me be your only source of information. There are thousands of resources on learning the basics of being a voice actor. Spend a week or two just diving down the rabbit hole. Google a question and just follow the thread wherever it takes you. Click every link, read every blog post, search every name and term you see. You're going to get a lot of information. Write down any unanswered questions. Then, over the next 2 weeks, start researching more specifically. Once you've done that, you're likely ready for the starting line. The second thing you're going to need to be a professional voice actor is a treated space.
Excuse me? What about a microphone? I know, a voice actor needs a microphone.
Okay, yeah, that's true. You are going to need a microphone. But having a professionally treated recording space is the cornerstone of professional sounding audio. You could drop $3,000 on a mic, but if it sounds like you're recording in your shower, no one's gonna care. On the other hand, if you set up in the right environment, you could record on a $120 mic and still book professional work. A good, cost-effective place to start is by setting up in your closet. Hanging clothes make a very effective sound dampening feature. And you can supplement that by hanging thick blankets and stuffing pillows into corners. And an option that's still fairly inexpensive is to buy some moving blankets and hang them. Remember, this isn't a perfect solution and it won't soundproof your recording space, but it will give you a way to start off on the right foot. Third on the list is equipment and software. All right, calm down. This shouldn't be a surprise, but you're gonna need a computer. Then, you'll need a digital audio workstation, or DAW. A DAW is a software program that allows you to record and process audio on your computer. Some examples are Audition, Audacity, Twisted Waves, and even GarageBand. The DAW that I use is called Reaper. Some things you'll want to consider when choosing a DAW are cost, complexity, and what your primary use case will be. Now, you will need a microphone. You'll want to do your research here. There are a million bajillion different videos and articles comparing and sampling different mics. What I'll say here is that starting out, you don't need to spend video game digital representation of a knife money to buy your mic. You can get a solid mic that'll last several years for under $200. Now, to connect your mic to your DAW, you're gonna need an audio interface. Again, there is a ton of content online about choosing the right interface for you. You're also going to need audio cables, a mic stand, a pop filter, a work surface, and likely a webcam. The important thing to remember about equipment is to know your budget and work within it. You'll need to spend some money, but you don't have to break the bank to book work. The fourth thing you'll need to become a professional voice actor is a web presence. You're gonna have to get social media. You can decide how much or how little you use it, but you need to have some kind of presence online. LinkedIn is a great resource for building your network of colleagues and friends, and for keeping up with the trends and happenings in the voiceover world. Personally, I also have Instagram, TikTok, X, Blue Sky, and YouTube. Having active social media won't guarantee you work, but it won't hurt you either. so long as you remember that these are professional and not personal profiles. Make sure you remain mindful of how you use them. You'll also need a website. You can see mine at elihawkinsvo.com, but there are tons of examples of voice actor websites online. Whether you learn to create it yourself or pay someone to do it for you is up to you, but your website should include your demo, photos, bio, and relevant links at a minimum. And finally, the last and most important thing you're going to need to become a professional voice actor: training. Voice acting is not about having a great voice. It is a necessity that you be a trained actor. There is too much competition for you to come in, be mediocre, and have a career. If you want to find success in this industry, you have to train and practice as often as possible. Getting started, I would suggest a class. There are a lot of good ones out there, and a group setting is often a perfect way to learn the basics. Be careful here. If any class offers to create a demo at the end or promises that you'll book work after, run. No one can guarantee that you will have the skill to make your first demo or to book any work after a beginner voiceover class. Anyone who promises otherwise is already lying to you. After trying out a class, I'd suggest attending online workshops that you can find around the internet and through groups and studios. And if you can afford it, you can get a one-on-one coach in whatever voiceover genre you're interested in. You can also gain a lot from things like improv, theater, and other acting classes. So there you go. My list of the 5 most important things you need to get started as a voice actor. And while there are honorable mentions like accounting software, customer relationship management software, accounts on pay-to-play websites, etc., these are the 5 things I think will get you started on the right track. So, I'm going to go back to work, but I want you to remember, this is a long journey. So be patient, be kind, and have fun along the way. You can't fail if you never quit, and you've got nowhere to go but up. If you enjoyed this video, drop a like. If you'd like to see more, subscribe. I'll be putting out a video once a month. With that, I think the last thing I have to say is, I'll see you when I see you.